sports coverage of the National Football League. Brings us to Indianapolis, Indiana, where they fire up the crowd with the striking of the anvil, as it's time for football at Lucas Oil Stadium. Coming up, we've got a good one in store. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Indianapolis Colts. With Greg Olson, I'm Mike Tirico, and this is Spencer Schrader to get things rolling. Off we go from downtown Indianapolis. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa. Greg, hard to believe, 6th season as the Dolphins quarterback.
One of the few southpaws we have playing quarterback in the NFL, Mike, and while he doesn't have one of the strongest arms, he makes up for it with great anticipation and pinpoint accuracy. So what it does, it allows him to throw very catchable balls. A lot of his receivers do a lot of the damage after the catch, and only time's going to tell how this one plays out. But when he's on his game, they're due for a lot of points.
Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. And he will go all the way. Tyreek Hill. Touchdown, Miami. And Greg, that is the way you love to start one of those games. Get off the bus, get on the field, get in the end zone. The road team with the first 6 of this one.
And you can just see, Mike, it takes a lot of the air out of the stadium. And this crowd, they're fired up, start of the game, trying to make their presence felt. And the opposing team goes all the way down for an opening drive touchdown. That's an ideal way to start when you find yourself on the road.
Jason Sanders on for the point after. The kick is good. And the Dolphins will take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Anthony Gould now to return. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Colts offense going to take the field here for the first time. They're led by the former first-round pick out of Duke, quarterback Daniel Jones.
Now, this is the type of quarterbacks that just give defensive coordinators nightmares. They stay up all night thinking, okay, what is the best way to defend him? Do we treat him as a runner? Do we treat him as a passer? And I think that's really where the most stress comes in, Mike, is you want to make sure you don't let him kill you with his legs downfield as a runner, but it's also his ability to extend plays as a passer that really creates a lot of stress on your back-end coverage, and that's where those big plays can come. So it's a big challenge. They know it, and we'll find out early on what the plan is.
Ball on the 30 now. Here's 2nd and 5. This one not quite on target. Got him too much. That one falls incomplete. He was looking for Michael Pittman with that one. And it'll be 3rd down.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
He'll try and get there on the ground. Give him 11 on the scramble. And give them a new set down.
And the Colts, first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on third down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the first down.
He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21. First down, Indianapolis.
At the 38-yard line.
This is an area of Daniel Jones' game, Mike, that I think people often overlook. He is sneaky fast, and when he gets out into open space, very rarely can anybody catch him.
That's caught by the first-round pick, Tyler Warren. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
That's another.
Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
In order for this play to be successful against man coverage, Mike, two things need to happen. One, the quarterback has to anticipate the break. He has to get that ball out on time. And then the rest is the receiver creating the separation at the top. And when both are accomplished, you can see what the results are.
And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Some defensive ends specialize in getting after the quarterback. Some defensive ends specialize in run game. This guy can really make an impact on both, as we saw here for that tackle for loss.
From the gun, it's Jones. Open man. That's Alec Pierce. He's taken down just shy of the 10. It's a gain of 12 there. That's good for a Colts first down.
This is clinic tape for any young wide receiver out there watching this guy run routes. He has the defender thinking everything is a go ball. Attack him vertically, and then when you get to your route depth, you stick that foot in the ground, you break in, balls on time, results in a nice first down pickup.
And good yardage there after the catch. They'll wind up with a gain of 7 on first down.
That quarterback called that play in the huddle. That ball was only going to one guy. He was the first read, the second read, and the check down, and it was called to perfection. They got the perfect look and led to a nice game.
Taylor going to try to pull his way in. And it doesn't appear that he got to that first down marker. They'll only give him a yard, so it'll set up third down.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the first down marker, and they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Third and inches. They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's fourth down.
And now this brings up a tough situation, Mike, because even if they were going to consider going for it on fourth down, how do you do so when you couldn't even manage to get a few inches on third down? Disappointing result for them on that play.
Jones keeping this one. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on downs.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
No one here. This is Devon Achane. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Brought down at his own 8-yard line. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7.
Second and 7. Hill brought in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He's going to air this one out. Looking for Hill. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. He was trying to get it to Tyreek Hill there. Now it's going to be third down. From the gun, here's Tua. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
The offense just couldn't seem to get anything going that drive. They knew they had a long way to go, taking over possession that deep in their own territory. You want to pick up that first down and see if you can capitalize some momentum. Instead, the errant throw brings up fourth down, and they're going to have to punt it away.
So on fourth down, it's Jake Bailey to punt for the Dolphins. Back deep, Anthony Gould. Now fair catch is called for and made right there at the 45. The Colts offense about ready to get going. On their second possession, they'll start with great field position up at their 45. Throwing on first down is Jones. He's got a receiver. That's Michael Pittman. He's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
10 yards on the pick.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. A nice job there making that happen.
On the ground, it's Taylor. Ooh! And he will work this down inside the 40. That's going to be good enough to move the chains. First down. Now, after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. And as the medical staff looks him over, we'll step aside. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. In motion comes Pittman. Now Jones on the bootleg. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
That's another.
They get 12 yards on that pass. First down, Indianapolis.
27-yard line.
A run with Taylor. He's fighting to get back to the line of scrimmage, but can't get there. Dropped for the loss of a yard.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. Working from the gun, it's Jones. Left side, that is caught by one. Now they are in business inside the 15-yard line. 15 yards through the air. That's good for a Colts first down.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup and get a fresh set of downs.
And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 9-yard line.
They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he is crushed in the backfield. Defenders firing through. Shut it down right away for a loss of yardage.
Looked like that might have been a RPO, a run-pass option. The quarterback has the ability to put the ball in the belly of the running back or pull it on the pass. Looked like we might have been better off pulling that one because he handed it off, and there was nowhere for that running back to go.
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. That is Bradley Chubb. Tough to stop. He comes up with the sack.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
So on fourth down, here comes Spencer Schrader for the Colts field goal. It'll be a 35-yard attempt. He'll bang that one through. It's good. And the Colts are on the board. It's 7-3.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
Spencer Schrader.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, Malik Washington. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do. The lead sits at 4. So we'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller.
Incomplete.
And it'll lead to a 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
Timing and trust. Critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
Tua, give it to Achane. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down.
Loss on the stop. 5 yards on the play. And it's 3rd down.
A shotgun snap for Tua. He's got his man. It's Hill. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a 1st down.
On the play. 1st down, Miami.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Mike, everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Tua now on 1st down. He's going to look deep for Tyreek, and that is incomplete.
You know, Mike, there's the saying in the NFL, take what the defense gives you. But that's not always the case. Sometimes you have to force a ball downfield. Show the defense you are willing to take big shots. Even though they weren't able to connect, it's going to have an impact the rest of the game.
On 2nd down, Achane. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. Throwing on 3rd downs. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to, and certainly easy to see why. Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
In motion, it's Waddle. On 1st and 10, it's Achane. Trying to find some place to go, but nothing developing. Tackled behind the line. It's a loss of 1.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Play action. Tagovailoa. Sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Took a shot here at the end of the quarter, but it comes up incomplete. The Dolphins in possession of the football. We begin the second quarter as they face a difficult 3rd and 12. Out of the pistol, here's Tua. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
Here's Jake Bailey now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Trying for the old school coffin corner. That's pretty close, out of bounds. They're going to mark it at the 5-yard line. Well done. Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. We'll see how they want to attack things here, backed up deep in their own end. It's 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Jones. A throw on the move is caught. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 13-yard line.
On the give, this is Taylor. And he'll be taken down just shy of the 30. A gain there of 16 yards. 1st down, Indianapolis.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
13 more on that carry. He is churning out the yards. And another 1st down.
Starting to see it back right now, Mike, that's finding his way with this defense. Back-to-back big gains. Have to see, do they just continue to ride the hot hand, or do they start putting the ball in the air?
On 1st down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. This time they're ready for it. Room to run the last snap, not this one. They stop him for no gain.
Well, this play, Mike, was clearly about the job of this defensive line. Great job holding their ground, forcing these blockers to be stood up. Nowhere to go for this running back, and they hold him to no gain.
They run on the jet sweep. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. A gain of 11 on that one. That's good for a Colts 1st down.
So the challenge of these jet sweeps, Mike, is they happen so fast. Nowadays in these offenses, there's so much pre-snap motion that you don't know if the receiver's just going in regular motion or are they timing it up with the snap to give them the jet sweep. So when you don't get an early read, You see the leverage and the contain of the defense break down, and these receivers and the way they can run, they get out into space. They are a handful to track down. And they've really done a nice job defensively holding them in check. I mean, ideally, you'd want your back to average around 4 yards a pop, but they're falling short of that threshold as of now, and partially it's why they find themselves trailing at this stage in the game.
They go right back to Taylor. And he'll be hauled down at about the 35-yard line. Give them 14 on that one. First down, Indianapolis.
Colts, first down.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest, and while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
And he can't hang on through the contact. Incomplete. Good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. It'll bring up second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Downs goes in motion. Jones to throw on second down. That one into the hands of Downs. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
It's a gain of 5.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Jones going to try and throw on third down. That's the tight end, Moali Cox. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
This has been a really impressive drive, Mike, really from the start. And this is something defenses want to force offenses to do. Methodically work their way down the field, but they've been highly efficient, and now they get another first down.
That's out quickly to Pittman. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. 11 yards for number 11. And a first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
Again, it's Jones. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Donovan Taylor. Touchdown, Indy.
And that was just a great drive. Really from start to finish, Mike, you could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm. Mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass. But really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
Spencer Schrader now on for the extra point. He knocks it through, and the Colts are on top. It's now 10-7.
Colts 10, Dolphins 7.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. Washington now to return it. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. Play action, it's Tua. And now he's got a man open deep down It's a big play there for Miami. 36 yards.
First down.
How about that for your first catch of the game? I mean, to be able to attack the defense with your very first grab really sets things up nicely for the rest of the game. So defensively, they need to tighten up a little bit on the back end. I promise you, that's not going to be the last time they call his number. I think the days where cornerbacks are either unwilling or unable to be involved in the run game, I think those days are over, Mike. I think when you look around the landscape of today's NFL, yes, you have to cover, but you also have to be able to come up and tackle.
2nd and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Tua. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. The second-year man from UCLA, Leatu, in for the sack. It's a loss of 9 and sets up 3rd down.
Pretty evident that the defense is just giving no time of day to any run actions. They are playing pass all the way, and he can continue to give as many play-action fakes as he wants. It hasn't affected anybody, and in this case, it results in a sack.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. They'll bring Waller in motion here. 3rd and long. Here's Tua. Sending it deep for Waddle. And he can't hang on. It is incomplete. A chance, a big chance for a huge play, but he couldn't reel it in. Jalen Waddle, the intended target. And it's going to be 4th down. Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Miami. This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line.
Automatic 1st down.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. Open man downfield, Tyreek Hill. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. He's over 100 receiving yards on the afternoon now, and a 1st down to boot.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Not much happening there, just a short game.
He was taken down at the 10-yard line. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
It is 2nd and 9. Hill brought in motion. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. That is caught by the tight end, Darren Waller. Touchdown, Dolphins. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
The extra point by Sanders is good. And the Dolphins are on top. It's 14-10.
Colts 10.
After the touchdown, Myers is back to boot this one away. Ashton Doolin now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Jones going to hang on to it here. They'll mark him down just shy of the 40. They get 11 and quickly pick up a first down.
First down. 1st and 10.
And this is really an area, Mike, that he excels in. He makes the right decision to keep the ball himself, and then when he hits the hole, he doesn't stop until he picks up the first down.
So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. Flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
This defense is vulnerable in a few areas along the back end, but none of that will matter if this protection can't do a better job holding up long enough that they can find some of these open receivers that have been able to separate. He just doesn't have the time to get him the ball.
Well, he shows you the elusiveness getting out of one tackle, but not the other. Fortunate, really, to get back to the line of scrimmage on that play.
Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
He'll look deep for Pittman. He's got it! And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. A big gainer for Indianapolis. 39 yards.
10 at the 22-yard line.
Both pre-snap and post-snap. This is about as well done as you can do at the quarterback position. Get in and out of the right call, identifying the holes along.
Oh, an ill-advised throw there. It's an interception. So they're going to take over now at their own 34-yard line.
I think a lot of people, Mike, when they see a screenplay develop, they just take the completion for granted. And typically it is, but then you get a defender, somebody like this, who just anticipates it. They see it from the start, and they're able to perfectly time their jump, step in front of the throw, and come away with the interception.
Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. Play action, it's Tagovailoa. That one out wide to Achane. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a first down completion of 7 yards.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly 2nd down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We'll come back to Indianapolis after this. Here's 2nd and 2. A run here with Achane. And the defense strings him out. He'll fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And while that run wasn't anything really to write home about, what it allows them to do, Mike, is keep everything in the playbook at their disposal. 3rd and short, now it's up to these coaches to dial up their best short yardage play and extend this drive.
Tua going to throw here on 3rd and 1. He'll try to run for it.
Scrambles from his pocket. He's across midfield to the 49-yard line. An 8-yard pickup. First down, Miami.
That's such a deflating feeling for a defense here on 3rd and short. They've got great coverage, but they don't account for the quarterback picking it up with his legs. It's exactly what he's able to do here on the scramble. Fresh set of downs.
Tagovailoa working out of the pistol. That's complete. It's Jalen Waddle. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards. Now the Dolphins going to use the first of their timeouts. They get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to play in this first half. Here's 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Tua. Open man, Malik Washington.
Complete to Malik Washington. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 15-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. On the handoff, this is H.A. They'll take this down to the 2-yard line, but they are in business. 1st and goal coming up. Now Miami going to use the second of their timeouts. They'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go until halftime. Two yards from 6 points. It is 1st down and goal. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Forced, and he will take this one across into the end zone. Tua Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Miami. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Sanders here for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Dolphins are out to a 21-10 lead.
Colts 10.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. The Colts offense going to take over just before the half. They'll look to make some inroads here. They're down 21-10 in this one as they come up on a 1st down. Jones operating out of the pistol. His throw on 1st down is going to be incomplete.
You know, it's hard to speculate, Mike. We sit up here and we try to just interpret and assume what's going on in the minds of the players and the minds of the coaches, but they seem to me to be a little bit rattled. All these negative plays have really started to pile up in the first half. He's got to settle down, have some more efficiency on these early downs, and get his offense into some sort of rhythm.
He takes off. Now the Colts will use the first of their timeouts, as that'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half.
It's a gain of 5.
Initially, Mike, a real good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
3rd and 5. Gun, it's Jones. He's got his tight end. That's one. He's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
And that first down was huge for this offense. Now they can take a deep breath. Focus on trying to put a late scoring drive together before we hit the halftime break.
1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Jones. And the tackle's going to be made down at the 40-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Spencer Schrader comes on to try the field goal. This a 57-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. Halftime coming up, and we'll take you down to Scott Hansen for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
All right, Scott, thank you very much. We'll see if adjustments at halftime change the course of this one. Likely to play a big role in who's going to walk away with a W. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Colts offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
On the handoff, it's Taylor. Lots of space, past the 45. Down the sideline to the 20. And he will score! Jonathan Taylor, touchdown Colts. He has a touchdown catch earlier. This time he takes it in on the ground. Good-looking rushing touchdown there. Offensive line does its job. That back taking off to the end zone for the touchdown.
Mike, you're exactly right. He might get credit in the box score for that long rushing touchdown, but it was the big guys up front who were able to make that play possible.
The Colts will line up for the two-point conversion.
We'll go with Taylor on the ground. And this time he'll be stopped short of the goal line, maybe a little winded after that long touchdown run. In any event, the try for 2 fails. team's ready to go once more as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. He's across the 20 to the 21. That's where the drive will begin. The Dolphins offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this second half. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for 2. Toward the middle of the field that time, but incomplete. He's looking for Devon Achane coming out of the backfield. It's second down.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Sending it deep for Waddle. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him, and will bring up 3rd down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
That is caught by Washington. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Dolphins 1st down.
A gain of 14. 1st down, Dolphins.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success. You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long, and as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet, but I can promise you they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
On the ground, here is Achane. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Third down and 9. To throw is Tua. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
I think he predetermined that the coverage was tight. He still tried to fit the ball in there anyway, and it ended up falling incomplete. I think if he goes through his progressions and has a little bit more trust in his protection, I think there's an easier throw to make out there.
Forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. They trail by 2 and will start this drive with 1st and 10. With Taylor. Has the 45. Still going. And they're not going to run him down. He goes all the way. 78 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. That is his 3rd touchdown of the afternoon. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with a run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
The extra point, up and good. And the Colts will up the lead to 5.
Dolphins 21.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Play action. Tagovailoa. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Here's Tagovailoa. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
A gain of 14.
A pickup of 14 on that one. 1st down, Miami.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front. All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection, and maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
A run out of the gun with Achane. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
It's a gain of a yard. And it's 3rd down.
Here's a 3rd down and 4. Throwing is Tua. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
The defensive coaches, they preached all week, Mike. They have to have relentless pursuit of this quarterback when he tries to extend the play. So often it results in a great play for the offense and a big pickup. This time, because of that pursuit, it leads to a big loss.
Punt team headed out for the Dolphins. As he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Here's Jonathan Taylor and the Colts offense heading back for their next possession. And as you take a look at the numbers, you have to imagine he was the topic of conversation in that locker room at halftime. They got to find a way to slow him down. Nothing they've done has worked so far. receiving this one. And he's got it to the 35-yard line. That's the way to get started. A pickup of 17 and a very quick first down.
First down.
So, Mike, at the core of a successful zone read play is that the quarterback understands which defender is he responsible for. That is the defender they're trying to put in a bind. In this case, he chooses the runner. The quarterback pulls the ball, and he's able to take off for a big gain.
On play action, it's Jones. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down.
That's another.
It'll be a gain of 10 and just enough to move the chains.
At the 45-yard line.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They're going to work this down inside the 45. That's a gain of 11, and they'll move the chains with another first down.
First and 10 at the
For that play to
44-yard
work,
line.
Mike, you have to distort the defensive line at the point of attack. And what that means is the offensive lineman, you need one of them to win their block. Move the defender out of his gap.
And they're going to get to him and take him down, take him back to the other side of midfield. Jalen Phillips. He gets in to drop him. It's a loss of 8.
And now we're seeing the game kind of go back and forth. Each team trading blows, trying to establish control over the other. Nice chunk play on the previous play. The defense responds back with a sack, and we're going to see which team can establish a little bit more of this control as the game unfolds.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Shotgun now for Jones. That one complete to Pierce. Well, that helps. It's going to be a much more manageable third down, getting some good yardage on that second down play.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from 2nd and long to now at least 3rd and manageable.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Taylor. Call it a gain of 13. That's good for a Colts first down.
That's another Colts first down. First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Typically in a third down situation like this, Mike, you're thinking pass, but give credit to this offensive play caller. He flips his tendencies upside down, keeps the ball on the ground. Not only does he get a fresh set of downs, they pick up good yardage.
We'll try the zone read on 1st and 10. Not a whole lot happening there, just a short pickup.
They went to the design quarterback run, and there just wasn't a lot of space for the quarterback to operate. You could see him kind of waiting for some of the blocks to develop. Never transpired. Didn't get a whole lot going. Short game.
From the 22 now, here's 2nd down and 7. Look at the big guy rumble. And he'll get into the end zone. Tyler Morris. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Mike, we used to have a saying that it was the responsibility of the receiver to run the route through the eyes of the quarterback. And I think this is a great example here. Two guys clearly on the same page. Quarterback expected his target to be in a certain place at a certain time. He's there, ball's delivered accurately. He's able to pick up the rest with his legs, and that's a big-time connection for the touchdown.
Schrader now on for the extra point. His kick is good, and the Colts will extend this third quarter lead.
Colts 33, Dolphins 21.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Dolphins offense about ready to take over once more. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. They'll fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Off-balance throw. It's complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. A pickup there of 28 yards.
And the Dolphin first down.
They do a really nice job of taking everything away initially, but you have to keep the quarterback in the pocket, especially if you're playing man coverage. You simply can't ask your coverage unit to match up and cover that long.
Off play action, it's Tua. This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up second down.
And this is really just more of the same that we saw in the first half. They have made it a huge struggle in the passing game. I mean, just no easy completions, no open space. Every single ball has been contested, and they've done a great job all day.
Here's Tua now on second down. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be third down.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
And that's going to work out well. Out of bounds, and they mark it inside the 5-yard line. The Colts offense makes their way back out to the field for their next possession. They'll start from their own 4. Not a lot of room for error back here. It's 1st and 10. Now, Jones. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Wise decision, especially at this stage of the game. You certainly don't want to force something and let the other guys right back into the game.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now, Jones. He'll step up and run. Good job breaking the pocket and going for 14 yards, and most importantly, a first down.
And the Colts first down. 1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
They got to do a better job of keeping the quarterback contained in the pocket all week, Mike, against mobile quarterbacks. You talk about rushing as a group. This time they get a little undisciplined with their rush lane integrity, and he makes it pay.
And he'll get maybe a yard. That's it. Play is made on defense by Jordan Brooks.
Down at the 20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the 20, here's 2nd and 8. They'll go again here with Taylor. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
Coming off that
Brings
edge,
up
Mike,
third
you have to
down
quickly
and
determine,
9.
is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
Got to get it to the 28, but now it's third down. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there, now brings up third down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
So, on fourth down, the Colts send out Rigoberto Sanchez to punt. Deep to return is Malik Washington. And he'll be brought down. Short return, and they'll take over there. Tyreek Hill getting ready for this next drive along with the rest of the Miami offense. And you see the numbers for him into this third quarter. They just pop off the screen. He has been open and electric throughout. Now a 1st and 10 from the 38-yard line. Tua gonna throw. This one caught by Waller. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. A pistol set with Tagovailoa. This one complete to Washington. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. A pickup there of 13. Good for a Dolphins first down.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. Tua. Flush to his right.
The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down and 2. Tua gonna hold on to this.
The quarterback could have handed it, he could have kept it himself. I don't really think either option would have turned out much different. Great job by the defense having a plan for the running back and a plan for the quarterback, and they're able to force that carry for no gain.
You don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seat he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
When done correctly, Mike, this is just such a high percentage call. It's kind of hard to choose another play off your call sheet. It's impossible to defend. You can know it's coming, stack the box, whatever you want to do. But most of the time, they'll just drive forward and pick up the first down.
Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. He'll get this out wide. And he is out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage, so they're going to end up losing a couple of yards. Not a good first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and So far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll step up and run this. And he'll wind up with a short pickup as he slides to a stop. And that's going to bring up third down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
It looked like that zone coverage had his head a little bit spinning there, Mike. I'm not sure he got a real clear picture of what the defense was giving him, and as a result, he holds the ball a little bit longer than he would have liked, and the defense is able to get home.
Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The Colts offense and Daniel Jones ready to get going once more. And this defense has got to be at its wit's end trying to come up with a way to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those into big plays.
Why are you guys giving up? Why can't we score? We're getting paid for it. That's just crap.
He'll start this on the ground. It's Taylor. And he's going to be taken down up around the 24-yard line. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
First down. First and 10.
Two-possession lead, fourth quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
On first down, they'll stay with Taylor on the ground. And good, hard running there. He'll push his way forward, gain of about 5.
And he's been on an absolute tear throughout this entire game, Mike. I mean, he's averaging over 10 yards per carry. And anytime you can run the ball with that explosiveness, it's just going to be hard to beat.
They go right back to Taylor. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
It's 3rd and 4. Gun, it's Jones. He's got his man, that's down. And he's going to take this one all the way. 70 yards. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Greg, that's one of those scores where it's not completely over, but it's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
The Trader now for the extra point. He's got it. And the Colts will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter.
Dolphins 21. Spencer Schrader.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. Things not looking good. But see if we get the turnaround going here. We'll start this drive with first down. Hill brought in motion. A play fake. Now two to throw. He gets it to the rangy tight end Waller. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game, and you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
Send the man in motion right. Tua, give it to Achane. And the struggles in the running game continue. They take him down behind the line.
Just feels like this has been the story of the day for this offense. Just unable to get anything going on the ground. And a big reason they find themselves trailing and another loss of yards.
Here's a third down and 4. From the gun, here's Tua. He'll try and get there on the ground.
Really nice job here, not only avoiding the rush on third down, but quickly finding that crease, get downfield, and he's able to pick up the first down.
First down, Miami.
They'll come up here, first and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. Throw to the right flat. It is caught. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Washington. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6 at the 46-yard line.
From the 46, here's second down and 6. A shotgun snap for Tua. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And that's a first down. It will be a gain of 8.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker. Be friendly to the quarterback. And then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop. And even though you're facing a big deficit, I still think this is the right decision. At some point, you do have to start forcing the ball to make something happen, but you can't be reckless. So I think this would have been more on the reckless side, and certainly a good decision. Maintain possession of the ball.
That went out wide to Achane. He will not get back to the line of scrimmage. They pick him up and throw him down for a loss.
Taken down back at the 49.
I think this play is a direct result of his film study. He knew exactly where that ball was going before the play was snapped, and that play recognition, man, it separates a lot of guys in this league, and it results in a negative play.
Third and long. Again, it's Tua. Now he'll air one out. He's got it! And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. The defense blows a chance to get off the field as the offense converts. Third and 14. The bootleg, here's Tua. Oh, a short throw there, but it's going to end up incomplete. That's a pass he'd say he should have had. Instead, he does not, and it brings up second down.
And that's another brutal drop for an offense that has struggled to catch the ball up to this point. And yes, you can nitpick about ball placement and whatnot, but listen, the reality is at this level, if it hits your hands, you have to find a way to come down.
Rolling to the left.
Quarterback does a nice job here sensing the pressure pretty quickly, realizes he doesn't have a ton of time to operate from within the pocket, decides to tuck the ball and rely on his legs. He's able to pick up a positive play.
Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time? Now Tua. That's holding at the 2. And the Dolphins are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them down to the 1.
First and goal at the 1-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
Oh, he's going to be bottled up and taken down. They got him. DeForest Buckner getting through there to drop him for a loss of 6.
I don't hate the play call. The best opportunity to throw the ball down this close to the goal line is usually on first or second down. Like, the issue here is the quarterback has to know, if my first read is not open, this ball needs to be thrown out the back of the end zone. You cannot take a sack this close to the goal line. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense, because think, like, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now, Tagovailoa on third and goal. And he's in! Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins.
Touchdown, Miami.
Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the fourth quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Now Sanders on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Dolphins are able to edge a bit closer.
40, Dolphins 28.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. They're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
Here's the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over once more. They'll have a short field in front of them as they try to extend this lead out further. Here's Taylor. He's going to be out of bounds down inside the 25-yard line. They get 22 yards there. First down, Indianapolis.
First and 10.
And this is the point of the game, Mike, where you really can start leaning on your run game and try to close this game out. You've got the lead, you're in the fourth quarter, and they're able to pop off a big run.
Now it's Taylor. And he's able to push his way forward, a gain of about 2. It'll be second down. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. On 2nd down, here's a run with Taylor. The defense uses its 2nd timeout here, and don't forget, clock to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well.
In order to be successful as a run-heavy offense, Mike, it's so important that you remain really efficient on 1st and 2nd down. The last thing you want is to be in 3rd and pass, and it really throws off what you feel like your strengths are. So now you get down here in the red zone, it's got to be touchdowns. These long, sustained drives on the ground, you kick a field goal, that's a win for the defense.
Jones going to try and throw on 3rd down. That is hauled in at the 5. And he will easily pick up the 1st down. They've got 1st and goal coming up.
That's good for a Colts. 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Create some space, but will not find much. He'll get a yard. He'll mark it at the 3.
3-yard line. It's a gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and goal.
So 2 minutes left to play in the 2nd half. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. It'll be Taylor, and he's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
On the play.
You know at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down, or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
That is incomplete, but there is a flag down. Big call here. It was 3rd down.
Still 3rd down.
Taylor going to try to pull his way in, and he's not going to get in. Tackled at the line. It'll bring up 4th and goal.
It's now 4th and goal.
What was that? Are you kidding me?
Waste of time.
Come see this.
They'll run for it. It's Taylor. And he's not going anywhere. Stuffed behind the line. They have turned it over on down.
It's a turnover on down.
So this play by the middle linebacker is all about play recognition. Reminds me of a former teammate, Luke Kuechly. He knew the play before it was going to happen. Watch him. He diagnoses, he tracks the ball, and bang, makes a huge tackle, short of the yard to gain, forces the turnover on downs.
The Dolphins offense make their way out to take over once more. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Looking for his tight end there, but led him too far. And it's an incompletion.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
He'll go left side here and complete this one. And they'll get him down up around the 15-yard line.
Washington.
Pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Miami.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark. just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete, and that will do it. This one comes to an end. So it's a win for the Colts. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Colts, winners here in the Circle City, as we say so long from Indianapolis.